Facebook, it's Angela here. I have something I want to say. If you could just give me maybe 3 or 4 minutes of your time, I'd appreciate it. One day last week, a Facebook friend of mine, his name is Hammer Bells, he called me out to do the Ice Bucket Challenge. I know you're supposed to do it within 24 hours, but my husband and I work opposite shifts, so it's a little difficult to coordinate when I can actually do it and he can record me doing it. But I'm still going to do it. It got me to thinking, my dad and I have this conversation often, that when somebody famous or a celebrity is associated with a disease, it gets thrust into the limelight. You know, there's a little bit more money spent on researching cures. You have Lou Gehrig's disease, and Lou Gehrig had that baseball player, and A.J. Brugance, who works in the front office for the Ravens, he also has it. Michael J. Fox has kind of become the unofficial face, so to speak, of Parkinson's, which brings me to this. There is a condition that the majority of you have never even heard of, and probably will never hear of it again after you watch this video. It's called Cerrebellar Ataxia. Cerrebellar Ataxia is when the cerebellum, which is located at the base of your brain, and it controls all coordinated movements, your speech, your eyesight, walking, everything, it starts to atrophy. It can start to atrophy because you had a specific injury right in that area at the base of your brain. Alcohol abuse, also a culprit in it. And then there's a genetic component. And that's where I come in. I was diagnosed with cerebellar ataxia at approximately 39. My grandmother had ataxia. My mother had ataxia. She had 7 siblings. My Uncle Pete has ataxia, my Uncle Archie has ataxia, and my Uncle Leroy has ataxia, also rest in peace. I have a number of first cousins that have ataxia, rest in peace, Junebug. I have 3 siblings. Out of those 3 siblings, 2 have been diagnosed with cerebellar ataxia. It's totally not painful. It just really affects all my coordinated movements. My balance is off when I walk. I can't wear high heels anymore. I can't dance anymore, really. And it also affects your vocal cords. And whenever people talk to me, you know, when I go home, they always say, "Oh, you sound just like your mother." And that's part of it. My mother sounded just like my grandmother, sounds just like my Uncle Pete, sounds just like my Uncle Archie. It affects your vocal cords, and the real bummer about that is I can't sing anymore. You will probably never ever hear cerebellar ataxia again. And I told my husband, we need a famous face attached to ataxia. So I volunteered. My husband tells me that I'm not famous, but we all know that I kind of am. Anyway, if you're out and about years from now or whenever and you hear about cerebellar ataxia, it's real. It's real. Think of me, think of my family, and say a little prayer for us. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.